like I just made $41,000. Like, you know, like I just made $41,000.
All right. Hello. I'm here with my client, Clyde, who is just coming off of a $41,000 day. And so we're going to get into it and talk about how he made that happen. How's it going, Clyde?
What's going on, man? It's a pleasure to be here.
Happy to have you on. All right. So, man, let's just get into it. You just came off a $41,000 day. Break it down. What happened? How did you get the deal done? And break it down for me.
Okay. So this deal, all right, granted, so I started last year. I started last year to give everybody full context. And I had very limited time to do land flipping. So like I was cycling through a lot of marketing channels, which we'll probably talk about later. Yeah. But then came to find out that cold calling, hiring a cold caller was the best marketing channel for me, just because my time is so limited. Like I don't have time to actually call people. So you told me several times throughout the year, like, oh, you had to stop switching your marketing channel because you're lengthening your sales cycle and everything like that. Yeah. But once I actually settled down on cold calling, hired a full-time cold caller in September, got this deal under contract in October, and I closed in November. Man. And made $41,000. Yeah. Like, you know, this deal was, you know, it wasn't too much negotiation that had to deal with the deal. You know, and actually the seller said that, oh yeah, you know, somebody called me before. One person just never gave him an offer. And then the other person, he said, we actually got to the title company. He gave me an offer. And then once we got to the title company, he tried to like essentially give me half of what he told me he was going to get. Which is strange. But you know, I listened to his motivation, like you told us to do. Like, all right, like what's your pain point and what's the reason that you're selling? You know, so he told me, oh, you know, well, honestly, I have enough money. He was like, so like money's not the most important thing to me, but he was like, I do have some nieces that I want to help take care of. They're going to college, so I want some money for them to go to college. So then of course, you know, like you say, like as far as speed to lead, I talked to him one day, did some comping on it, sold what I thought I could offer him for it. I offered it to him, and he wouldn't go for the 50% for the flip. So then I ended up going for a double close and explained to him like, all right, you know, the process will take a little bit longer. And then also like use your script as far as the framing for how to frame it to him to get him to understand, you know, that we can still get you the money that you want. It's just going to take a little bit longer. Perfectly fine with it. And then we got it done. And for this one, I actually had to get it self-listed because the original agent that I talked to in Alabama was saying that, oh, you know, Alabama's under some scrutiny as far as listing double closes. Like we've got in trouble with that before. And like there's a lot of scrutiny on the state. So for this one, I end up having to self-list it. And that was my first time self-listing the deal as well. Got it self-listed online. And then when you self-list the property, essentially the agent lists it for you. And then all the leads come directly to you. So I had to figure it out like, oh, like, how do you fill leads? Like, you know, what does that even look like? Like, you know, so leads are coming to me. I asked you, like, you know, kind of, how do you feel the lead? What does that look like? How do I determine how serious they are? Like, kind of, what did I do after that? And then eventually, and actually, when I found the right offer, I talked to you, and I told you, I was like, look, man, this property is getting so much traction. Like, it was going crazy on Zillow. And I was like, look, man, you know, I listed it for 150. Essentially, I was like, I think I can get more. He was like, look, man, he's like, I want you to get the deal done. He's like, but you could counter him if you really think the deal is solid. You gave me the exact numbers. You said, look, man, what I would do is I would counter him at 160 and say I won't even look at any backup offers. And then he was like, all right, you know, but if he comes back and says I could pay you 155, then you know, just go ahead and accept it and get the deal done. Literally said, oh, I can't do 160, I could do 155, and like literally, like literally, and then we got it done.
Love it, man. Yeah. Keep going. I feel like you're in mid. You still going? Sorry.
Yeah, I mean that's essentially what happened. Of course, you know, when you go through a deal, like there's more nuances to it. But like as far as the overview, and I'm just excited because, like as you know, it's been a long year, so it feels good.
What did it feel like when you got the wire? I remember you sent me a message when you got that wire.
Yeah.
So what did that feel like for you?
I mean, first I was like, you know, I need that plaque. Like I need that $41,000 a month plaque. I need that. Yeah. And it felt good because exactly. So it felt good for multiple reasons. It felt good because one, like, you know, and we'll go into it, like the year I had, like I had 11 deals fall out of contract.
Yeah.
11 deals. So I got 13 under contract total, closed 2 deals this year. The first deal was smaller, but like all in all, I had 11 deals fall out of contract. And, you know, different reasons. Like I have a deal fall out of contract, like found the seller, found the buyer. Sorry, it's a title issue. Found the seller, found a buyer. Seller just decides to back out for absolutely no reason, saying I don't want to sell to you no more. You know, just little things like that. So to get a wire that's like almost half of the salary that I'm making a whole year in one day, like how many people can actually say that they made that amount of money in one transaction in one day? Like it's I can't even describe the feeling. Like it's amazing.
And I think it starts to give you the proof of concept of what's actually possible. Like if anything, it's just, you know, it's great to make the money and have that in there, but then you're like, man, what if I could do this 10 or 20 times?
Literally, exactly. Yeah. And then you realize like how many parcels of land it actually is. Like, cause you know, so I use Land Portal, and it's like if you look at it, you know, when you go from one property to another, it'll like zoom out and then zoom into the property, and then you just see how much land it is. Because like I started wholesaling houses, and you know, as you know, because you started wholesaling as well, like wholesaling is just so much more saturated. But it's so much land. Like you can't even, it's like hard to even fathom how much land it is. It's so much land. Like whenever you're driving on the highway and you're just driving by like trees that you think is nothing, like somebody owns that land. Somebody owns all of it. Yeah,
absolutely. And so you did this deal while also working a job. I know you're a father. You have 3 kids, I believe, right?
2. I have 2. So I have a father. So I worked a full-time job. You know, first off, thank you to my wife. My wife is amazing. Thank you, God, because like, you know, she supported me to allow me to be able to even do it with the limited time that we have. So full-time job, Monday through Friday, have a wife, have 2 kids. And, you know, we have some family members, some elderly family members who live with us as well. So essentially I have to be as creative with my time as possible because, you know, her being home with the baby during the day, when I come home, like, you know, I have to spend some time with the kids. So I can't just come home and be like, all right, I'm focused. Let me just hop on the phone for another 3 hours. Like, you know, so that's just not my reality. So time is very limited.
And so you really had to like have some grit in order to get this stuff done and actually try to build your business and close deals to the point where you're here now.
Yes. It's like, I'm at work. Oh, I'm going to go heat up my lunch. Let me make a phone call while I'm heating up my lunch. Oh, I'm walking back from the bathroom. Like, let me make a phone call and hop on the seller. Oh, I'm not in this meeting. I have a 20-minute window. All right, let me go hop on the phone with this seller for 20 minutes, or let me even try to call them, because as you know, every time you call, they don't always answer. So like, oh, I'm walking to my car. Oh, it's a 7-minute walk to my car. Let me go ahead and hop on the phone while I'm walking to my car. I'm driving home, 30-minute drive home. Oh, let me see how many calls I can make safely, obviously. You know, I get to a red light. All right, let me go dial the seller, see if I can get on the phone with them. Like, there is so much time in your day that you don't realize that you actually have. Like, if you look at how much time you're on Instagram, you can be on Instagram doom scrolling for an hour. It's like, you know how many calls you can make in an hour?
A lot.
Yeah, exactly. A lot. You can make a lot of calls.
And how do you feel like the skill level for you has like changed since you started? Because I know that's something that you and I have talked about a lot, of just like, hey, you know, the more you practice, the better your skills will become. The more you practice, the better your skills will become. Like just throwing yourself into it. How do you feel like you've changed from like, all right, you could talk to a couple hundred people and then nothing happens, versus today where maybe you talk to 75, 80 people and you get a deal or you get 2 deals? How do you feel like that's changed?
I mean, it's definitely changed because like I wholesale houses, so I talk to people, but the conversations are a little different. Especially because in land, a lot of people inherit the land and they're like, all right, don't give me my number, I just won't sell. Bye. So like you have to slowly kind of massage them in order to get to the point you want to get to. But then you also taught me, like, you would literally review calls with me. Like, oh, what you gave the offer 3 minutes in, like, you know, you got to build some rapport with them. Like, you can't just be like, hi, how's it going? I can offer you this. Oh, no. All right. Well, bye. Like, you know, it doesn't work like that. So, you know, as you kind of coach me through, like, oh, this is what a call should look like. And then obviously you have a script that we could use as well in order to frame the call, and like a framework for what the call should go like, how to question them, how to build rapport with them, things like that. So like now, obviously, you know, I can build rapport with essentially anybody. You find a good point, like, oh, you have kids? All right, I have kids. Oh, you have a wife? I have a wife. Oh, you have a job? I have a job. Like, oh, any kind of connection that you all have, like, try to build rapport off of it. And like, he would give me, you know, and then we done role playing before as well. Like different seller types, like the seller who is like, oh, you know, I have a lot of money, I don't need to sell this property, or oh, I have a lot of medical bills, you know, I need to sell this property quick. So being able to identify kind of what does the seller look like, what do they need, because at the end of the day, it's customer service.
Do you feel like doing the role plays and things like that are things that like helped you on these calls? Do you feel like they were accurate to what you actually experienced on the calls?
Literally, I mean, obviously, because like I can only imagine how many people you've talked to over the course of you land flipping. Yeah. So there are only so many seller profiles. Of course, there are more nuances between the profiles and everything like that. But at the end of the day, do you want to sell? What is the reason you want to sell? Like, it really comes down to that at the end of the day. But you help to identify some, you know, some more of those nuances and kind of what that looks like. Like, why do you want to sell? Like, and kind of dig a little bit deeper. It's like, oh, if they gave you this reason, like, you could dig a little bit deeper and see, like, oh, you need to fix up the house. It's like, yeah, you need to fix up the house. Why? Oh, because it's like you might be going to foreclosure. Oh, because, you know, you have to take care of your son's kids or something like that. So like kind of digging a little bit deeper.
You know, I want to talk about your grit and your persistence here, because I feel like a lot of the content that's centered around these kind of interviews is really like, oh, he did it today and he got rich and he pressed the button and he made all this money. Now, of course, I helped you. I would say, I mean, you tell me how much I helped you. You're going to say that. Yeah. But you had to meet me at a certain place to get here is what I'm trying to say. Like, you had to go through some persistence. You had to go through your own hard times. You have your own life that you're dealing with. Like, I want you to kind of, I mean, you don't have to reveal too many details, but like, just talk to me about that persistence of like, why am I even doing this? Why don't I just keep going to work, working my job? Like, what is the purpose of me actually doing this versus, you know, just doing what I'm already doing?
I see you as a blueprint, you know, and it works. It's multiple reasons. One, because like, I see you as a blueprint and it works. So like, even outside of the grit, before I even get to the point of like how much work it takes to get to something, like, it works. Yeah. People are doing it. It works. And it's like, these people have no more aptitude than me. If you can do it, it can be done. Maybe I don't know how to do it, but I can learn how to do it. All right. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is, as far as grit, like Alex Hormozi's like, essentially, either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. Yeah. And then he also says like, success and failure are on the same road, and failure is just an earlier exit. So it's like, if you do something long enough, you're going to see success at some point. And just, that is what my grit is. And then also, when you have a why, like, even without a why, you should still have grit, because like, just people just give up too easily. But like, I have a wife, I have children, I have a family. Like, I don't want the people in my family to grow up and realize like, oh, I have to get a job and then work until I'm 67 and then I can retire. It's like, that doesn't have to be everybody's reality. And I'm working a job now, so nothing wrong with the job, but that's not the reality I want for my family. Like I say, for this deal, I almost made half of my salary in one deal while I'm at work. So, you know, you just have to figure out like, what do you want for yourself? And are you going to do it? If you commit to doing something, commit to it until you do it. It's that simple. Like, that's kind of how to explain grit in a nutshell, basically.
I think that most people don't realize how much money is there for them if you learn the skill and just apply it. Because this deal that you did, I kid you not, you go back and look through the process of everything that you just did, you can repeat that about 50 times, if not way more. And so that's what makes me excited for you, because you know, like, man, I can go do this again, and I can do it again, and I can do it again, and then I can hire another cold caller, and then I can do it again. And so that for me is like, once you get that first, and you know, you said you closed another deal, but this is completely different. It's like like you said, half your salary, almost half your salary. Right. So yeah, man. I'm curious, where do you feel like, you know, there were some points in where like Landverse or I specifically helped you get to this point?
Man, I mean, multiple reasons. First and foremost, you lay the blueprint out. Like, you know, I wholesale houses before. Land is completely different. Like, comp and land is completely different, because house 3 beds, 1 bath in the same zip code, you can find, like, it's so easy to comp that, because it's like you can have 10,000 houses that fall into the same thing. But when it comes to land, oh, this is 5 acres and it's wooded. Oh, this is 5 acres agricultural. Oh, this is 5 acres in city limits. Oh, this is 5 acres zone commercial. Oh, this is 5 acres that's rural. This is 5 acres with a creek. This is 5 acres that's sloped. Like, it's so many nuances, and it's like, oh, well, the next comp that sold is on the other side of the county, on the other side of the highway. It's so many so many more nuances to being able to comp land. So like first and foremost, you help me with that. Cause like I will say like, even though a lot of my deals fell out of contract, it wasn't typically numbers that the reason that it fell out of contract. It just, that's just a part of the game. Then getting me to just understand like marketing channels I'll probably say that is the most important thing that I learned this year, that my biggest takeaway. Because, I started out doing mail, and then back when I was doing mail, even though it's only been a year, like land has changed so much in the last year, like I had to actually pay somebody to scrub the data before I send out the mail, because like land portal didn't exist and you couldn't just click filters. So I had to get somebody to scrub it out, so I wasn't just wasting money sending mail.
Yep.
So I started doing the mail, and then me personally, I was like, oh, I don't really like the low response I'm getting. Then I was like, all right, let me switch to texting. So I switched to texting for a while. And while I'm at work, I'm trying to learn texting over the course of a couple months. And I'm like, I don't really know about texting. Then I switched to cold calling. And I was like, all right, cold calling, this is working. I actually ended up closing my first deal through cold calling. But then I felt like the lead quality was slipping, as opposed to me kind of looking at myself saying like, no, you're probably not following up with them enough. So you're getting me to understand like, no, it's the follow-up. Like, you're not going to just talk to these people one or two times and get it under contract. But still didn't recognize it. Then I went back to texting, switched platforms. And when I did that, I started sending 20,000 texts a month. And like at my job, I just couldn't realistically, it's just, I didn't have enough bandwidth to like actually try to qualify people to the degree that I need to qualify them with, because I just don't have enough time. So then all in all, I listen to you, pick a channel, stick with that channel, and just do it. Like it's that simple. And then, on top of both of those things, even like understand the nuances between a deal. Like say for this deal, oh, I'm getting so many offers. Oh yeah, well, you could probably ask them for a little bit more. Or this deal, like actually the other day I closed, I asked you for advice as well. They were I think I wanted to sell it for 31. They came in at 28. He was like, sell it. Because it's like, just get the money, pour it back in the market and keep going, as opposed to saying like, no, I want 31. I'm going to stick with 31. But like no course can go into all the details in land that you're going to encounter. Like it's not going to be a course like, oh, this is how you accept deals. Like that's not, that's not typically a course. So like literally just helping you navigate every single thing throughout the whole process, because there's so many things that even if you watch a video, like you just don't know. And it's like of course, I can only imagine the kind of situations you dealt with, the different sellers, the different, difficulties you dealt with, sellers backing out, the title trying to blow your deal up because the title company doesn't want to do what it's supposed to be. Like,
it all happens.
Yeah. It's like, but if you don't have anybody to go to, you can't Google your way out of it.
Right. So you go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's it. You can't. Yeah. You have to know somebody who's gone through it, because if they haven't gone through it, they can't give you advice on it. Like they can give you what they think you should do, but like you're like, oh, literally this happened to me 2 years ago. Oh, this happened to me yesterday. Like you literally have gone through so many scenarios.
I think that's the benefit of working with someone who's in the field and has been in the field for a while too. Because like when I was starting this, like I've said this before, I tried to go on YouTube and just tried to look everything up, and I know I wouldn't have been able to do that without like getting in the field and learning it from people who are actually doing it too. So do you feel like if, like, let's say you hadn't met me, you never saw any of my content, you just try to like go on YouTube and you just tried to piece it together, like in this situation, it would have happened for you like that? Or
so like when people say like, oh, like, don't get me wrong, all right, I'll put it like this. There's going to be a cost either way. So you can either, it's going to be a cost. It can either be a monetary cost or it can be a time cost. And I'm learning slowly but surely. It's like within reason, like it's better to cut the time cost and pay the money, because like, oh, I could have looked it up on YouTube and then like, oh, let me try to YouTube what happens when a seller backs out. It's like, meanwhile, oh, I forgot I'm not marketing right now while I'm doing that, trying to figure out the problem. Or, oh, Femi, what do I do? Oh, thanks. Like that took 30 seconds. Like as opposed to like, let me go through the rabbit hole of YouTube and try to figure it out. You just like, you can't do it. Or you can, but it's going to take you so much longer. Like if I never met you, or I never like joined any kind of community, and I try to just figure out land flipping by piecing together like videos on YouTube, like it's like having 5 different puzzles and you're trying to, like, somebody puts them all together and then you're just trying to put together one puzzle from all 5. It's like, you're just not going to be able to do it. It's because like you might give advice this way, somebody else might give advice a different way, and people have different mentalities on land flipping. So if you don't have somebody to listen to, then it's just going to make it so much more difficult.
Absolutely. All right. So I'm curious, man, what do you feel like is next for you as you scale and as you continue to build your business and close more deals?
Yeah. So first thing first is I'm still working on my process. Like, you kind of hammered how important like SOPs are, standard operating procedures. Like that's the next thing for me. Because like I follow up with people, but I want to like essentially have a machine of like how people get followed with. Like, oh, this seller falls into this category, follow with them every 2 weeks. Oh, they fall into this category, follow with them every month or every 3 months. And I want to iron that out because like as you stress the importance of tracking KPIs, key performance indicators. Like I'm tracking them now with a cold caller, and that's a pitfall I had when I'm switching marketing channels. You can't appropriately track KPIs because for texting and cold calling is two completely different things of how you track KPIs. So now like I'm tracking how many, I'm working on it. I'm not there yet, but like how many gross leads turn into net leads. Okay, from those net leads, like how many offers am I giving on those net leads? And then how many of those actually turn into deals? And it's like once I can get somewhat of an idea of what that looks like, and then of those seller profiles, like how often do I follow people, then I plan on hiring another cold caller. Because it's like, of course I could like grind it out, bootstrap it, and like cold calls, like it's just not worth my time. It's really not.
Well, I think the thing is, once you realize that all the data is repeatable and like the amount of cold calls you make are directly related and correlated to the amount of deals that you get, and the amount of like how you guys have the conversations and how you're making the offers is directly correlated to the amount of deals that you get. That's when you're going to start to scale a lot more.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
You feel like you've been able to build up enough data to kind of like start to predict that, or?
I have more data than I've gotten more data and more concise KPIs over like the last 2 months than I've gotten in the rest of the year. Like I say, because I finally stuck with one marketing channel. And since I've done that, like now it's like, all right, I can just focus, because I had like an overlap when I was texting and when I had a cold caller where I was trying to check the KPIs, like one set of KPIs for texting and cold calling at the same time. And it's like, you can't do it. So like now I noticed, like, I think it took me like 43 gross leads to get that last deal that I got. So in theory, I can apply that to, all right, well, maybe, around like that 40 to 50 mark lead will probably get me a deal. I don't necessarily know like the deal size, but around that, but then, like I say, before I hire another cold caller, I want to refine that process a little more, and then also see how many or how to categorize my follow-ups essentially.
Gotcha. And where do you feel like this will take you, like just monetarily in the next, let's say 12 months?
It's like, it's hard to even like, it's not even where it could take me monetarily. It's like, how far do I want to take it? Because it's literally like infinite, and when people say like, oh, well, why would they teach you how to do it if why would they just buy the land? It's like, you can't, can't, you cannot. I don't care if you're BlackRock, you cannot just buy all the land.
No,
you know what I'm saying? So it's literally, it's infinite. Like it's infinite. Like I watch interviews and people are literally like grossing like 1.1. They've been doing it for a couple of years. Breaking here, but like actually like the goal is to move to another country at some point, and then like just be full time and kind of do things from there. Because I can only imagine what I could do if I actually had a whole day to like actually iron out the processes. Because when you're doing it, me specifically, when I'm doing it and I have a full-time job, it's hard to get in the rhythm, because I'm like, 20 minutes here. All right, I got a meeting. I have work to do. 20 minutes here. And it's like, it's hard to like get in the flow of like, bet I'm banging out these calls. Let me follow up with them. It's hard to develop a sequence as if, as opposed to somebody who's like doing it all day. But like, next year, goal at the bare minimum is like mid six figures. Like
you'll definitely get there. I think you'll get to even high six figures, to be honest with you.
Like it's just essentially how hard do you want to work and how consistent do you want to be, because I can't stress this enough. It is so much land. It is so much. And then like, say for example, you try to get sellers who've owned it for 5 years. Every new year, there's a whole new set of people who've owned land for 5 years. Like hundreds of millions of people who have now owned land for 5 years, because it was 4 years this year, and next year is a whole new set of people, and it just keeps continuing. A whole new set of people who are inheriting land every single year. So like multiple six figures next year for sure. If I can do this while I have a full-time job and make as many mistakes as I did and have as many deals fall out of contract, it's no questions.
I would say too, like when you travel and you're running the business, it is really fun because then all the stuff starts happening at night. So
Yeah,
you can kind of enjoy your whole entire day. Let's say you're in Europe, for example, you can enjoy your whole entire day, and then at about 5:30 to 6 p.m., which is usually when people's day is ending, like the work day kind of starts. You can literally have your fun in the morning, in the
yeah.
afternoon, and like that. That's really fun for me, just like being out there and able to do that because
Hmm.
it's like a cheat code. It's like a time cheat code.
Right, exactly. And then the fact that like you have a kid now, and then the fact that I have
Yep.
kids is like, oh, I get to spend the whole day with you, and
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, you're about to go sleep now. All right, well, I'm gonna start working while you sleep.
Yep.
As opposed to like now, it's like I just spend so much time at my job, and like 8 hours a day, but then you have to get ready before work, then you have to drive home after work, then you're tired from sitting in a cubicle all day. Me personally, I'm like, you're tired from sitting in the cubicle all day, and then you got to come home and play, as opposed to like just getting more time freedom. Like literally, like money's great, but I just want more freedom. Like
Yeah.
that's it, and it's just what I'm saying from the business. It's not too many businesses that you can do and earn the amount of money that you can make with as little inputs, or like, for example, like a product, like for a product, you don't have to have any raw materials. You don't have to have manufacturing. Like you don't have to do any of that. Somebody on the phone, somebody making calls, and it's like everything can just be done on the phone or on the laptop. Like I
Right.
don't have to have it. It's just, it's infinite. It's infinite possibilities of what you can do.
I'm curious for you, like, because this is a really counterintuitive thing that happens in the business where you maybe send out your mailers, you send out your cold calls, you send out your texts, you send out your marketing, and the response that you get is like, F you, man. Like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Da, 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 da. Like, when you started getting that, I know you were wholesaling before, but like, how did that, were you like, damn, did I just make a huge mistake? Like, am I doing the wrong thing here? Like, how did that make you feel?
Yeah. So feeling it didn't make me feel bad in the sense of like emotion, because it's like, all right. I mean,
Whatever.
if my
Right.
land's worth 100,000 and you want to buy it for 50, like I wouldn't want to sell it either. Like, I
Right.
get it, unless I had, and actually we could talk about that, but like unless I had a reason where I needed to sell it. So
Yeah.
like, it's part of the game, but it made me feel like I was doing something wrong in the sense of like, wow, like are my offer numbers off? Like, because I'm giving these offers out, like, oh, your property's worth 100. Like I'm offering you, $50,000. Like, oh, and everybody's saying no. Like, am I doing something wrong? Are my offers bad?
Right.
But then, the more you do it, as with anything, you get better. And then it's like, you're literally looking for the one, like you said, you literally said this, you're looking for the 1% of the 1%. Like if you have 100 people, all 100 people are not going to say, oh yeah, sure, I'll sell my land to you for 50 cents on the dollar. You need to find that one person who's like, oh, like, what I'm saying, I'm getting divorced, like I got to liquidate, or like, oh, I'm going bankrupt, I got to liquidate, or I got to fix my house up, I got to liquidate. Like those people like that. And, you're actually helping the people, because land is extremely hard to liquidate if you don't know how to do it. It's not as simple as like, oh, stocks, let me go cash these stocks out, get $50,000 in 30 minutes. Like, no, like land, when you look on Zillow, like when you're looking at comps, oh, it's been sitting on market for 370 days.
Yeah.
And it's got 3 views and 0 saves. Like it's not as easy to liquidate as you think. And using a real estate agent it's not what you think it's going to be. Like, and no shade to any real estate agents, but like, as with anything, all people are not created equal. So like a real estate agent, and I just talked to a guy today. He was like, oh yeah, I'm looking to get this for my property. I listed it for a year, and like I got no traction. A year? You listed your property for 1 whole year and got no traction.
Yeah.
But people think they could just list it with an agent and like liquidate it immediately. So back to your question, that just made me feel like, oh, am I doing something wrong? But the more people you talk to, and then say you talk to 99 people, and that next person's like, oh yeah, I'll go with that offer. Oh, so I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just literally not talking to enough people, or I'm not talking to enough people long enough. And that's essentially what it comes down to.
And I think those are things that you and I worked through early on. And I was just telling you, like, this is normal. This is a normal thing. You just have to keep going. And I know it's just how, like, because I remember, like, when I first started, I was like, there's no way this is the right thing. But it's when people are saying this is ridiculous, it's actually a really good sign that you're on to something. It's like so counterintuitive. Like you think that like it's wrong, but it's right. If they're saying that your offer is wrong, you just haven't, like you said, you haven't found the right person yet. And what you need to do is churn through until you find the right person. Exactly. I'm curious too, like, and this is, I'll say this on the call because I'm going to do a little bit of coaching here. With your leads, you said those like 11, 12 leads that, kind of fell out. Did you set them on follow-up procedures? Like, how are you still following up with those leads? Are they still in your pipeline? How is that going?
No, they're not. And I didn't even think about that. Okay. So one of the people I actually did end up following up with them. Actually two. So I did end up following up with them again, but like they didn't respond. But I will say I'm not following up with them anymore as of right now. But now that you're saying that, it's like, no, keep following up with them, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't even because like I'm so in a business of like, you're getting new leads, like, and it's a balance of like, I'm getting new leads, but I'm also nurturing old leads, like how to balance that, because like, it's a balancing act as well. But no, I didn't. Like, granted, like, some will fall out. And once again, like I was telling you, learn more nuances the more you go. So like a property I get under contract, oh, these numbers are great. And then like when you look at it on the GIS, like I didn't realize what power lines look like when you look at it on the GIS. But like now that I know it. It's like obviously it's a clear section right through the middle of the property. So then when I'm, with that property specifically, that fell out of contract because I didn't know there's a huge power line running through it. But the people who it fell out with and the land was actually good, no, I have not consistently followed up with them. And that's a great idea. Like I'm going to keep following up with them, because even with the title issues, like I'll help you through those title issues. We'll figure it out.
And so that's just a part of just building up a pipeline that can make you multiple six figures for the next several years. Because if you have, let's say right now you have 600 leads in your pipeline, but you're not actively, let's say 600 that are good deals, but maybe something happened, right? But you're not actively following up with them. You're setting yourself back because you're not building a pipeline of people that may sell to you a year from now, 2 years from now. I think now that you're in the green, you can start to build up the pipeline of people who may sell to you in 18 months from now, 12 months from now, 2 years from now. But start doing that, because by the time you get to, let's say 2027, 2028, the people that you sent mail to or text to last year and this year, those are the people that will come back because something happened, or maybe their sons or their daughters. And so I know I'm doing a little bit of coaching on here, but
no, I appreciate it. I appreciate that. And then, because it's like, once again, that's one of the nuances. Like, you're not going to find that in a YouTube video. Like, you know what I mean? You're not going to find that in a YouTube video. You're probably not going to find that in just videos that you might have to, like, say you take a course or something like that. Like, that nuance is not going to be in there. But it makes perfect sense. And then, because following up with somebody enough for them to actually remember who you are. Because, like you say, when you send out mail, like they have a piece of physical mail, but like with the phone call, they're not going to always remember that they talked to you. So like if I'm talking to them like, oh, Justin, or Clyde, I know I talked to you last month. Oh yeah, I remember talking to you 2 months ago. As opposed to like, then I followed them a year from now. It's like, they're like, what? Who are you? I don't even know who you are. Right. So yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Awesome. All right. What would you have to say to anyone who is watching this and wants to start doing this, maybe even wants to join Landverse and is maybe on the fence?
I mean, first off, book a call, like, to see if you're even a fit. I would say, like, you have to realize that you're either going to pay with money or you're going to pay with time. And it really comes down to that. But what I'm saying for this, especially when you think of it in a sense of like comparing paying for a program and going to college, like you can easily, and college is 4 years. Like you can pay, and this is even a state school, you can pay $100,000 and go to college to make $60,000.
Yeah.
It's like I was I used to be a teacher. I know people who went to college to be a teacher with $100,000 in debt, and they were making $50,000 or $60,000. It's like, so, in my opinion, like I would be willing to pay money in order to learn faster, and to also not only learn faster, but just get guidance through this, like to get guidance through like the multitude of situations that can possibly happen. Like there are so many situations that can happen. And, like, don't get me wrong, when I wholesaling houses, like I tried to just YouTube it away, but it just doesn't work. And then also, having a call with you to like, are you going to put in the work? Because it's not as simple as like, oh, I signed up for the program. Like I didn't get any leads dropped directly into my inbox. It's like, it doesn't work like that. Like college didn't work like that. You can't pay $100,000 for college and just like sit back and do absolutely nothing and get a degree. It doesn't work like that. You can't do it. So I would say book the call and see if it's a good fit for you. But like, I just made $41,000. Like, like I just made $41,000.
Yeah.
And like I say, when vet whoever you're joining the program with, but it's like, you do deals. You've been doing this 4 years. Like it's it's invaluable. Like it's invaluable to have somebody who's done so many deals and who can navigate you through these processes. Like you actually were, so with a $41,000 deal, like it was some issues the last minute. You were actually going to get me out of that as well. Like you were going to help me to get out of that as well. Luckily the transaction funder ended up working out, but like having a resource like that, like it to me is invaluable. Like, and to make what I believe or what I see other people making in this business, it is, it's a fraction. It's a fraction of what you can possibly make. It is so much land. Yep. Like it's so much.
Well, man, I want you to know, just personally for me, the sky is the limit, bro, and even past it. So just, keep on working. I love the attitude and the aptitude that you have to continue to be successful. And like, I really resonate with it because I'm a family man too. And so I understand what it is like to want your kids to grow up with the freedom of choice, like that's why we're doing all this. And so keep on pushing. Obviously you need anything from me, I'm here. I want to see you. I want to have you on here in 6 months from now, talking about how you did 10X.
100%
did last week. Right. But,
100%.
Yeah, man. Do you have any parting words and anything?
Yeah, absolutely. Like first and foremost, once again, like, thank God. I want to thank my wife. Like she really held me down through everything. And I want to thank you, man. Like you helped me through so many situations, like even with like, and I still have deals I'm still working on that you helped me with, like, oh, no, keep following up with them, and it's countless situations where you're like, oh no, like, other people in the program, oh, like, oh, I'll give up on this deal. Like, nah, like do this. And it's like, and then they end up, like making $50,000, $60,000. Like whatever you want to do, you can do it. It's just going to take work. And that's simply it. And you have the answers for me. Like you helped me out. You got me to the point where I just made $41,000. So I appreciate you. Like I say, book that call.
Absolutely, my man. Alrighty. Well, we will talk to you soon, and I'll talk to you off camera. But appreciate the time.
All right, man. Thank you.
Great.